Striking swiftly, passing in only seconds, the tornado leaves behind it a path of incredible destruction, and all too often, death. One of the most violent acts of nature, it is a major concern of the National Weather Service, part of NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. These are the danger signs, where the violent turbulence of the thunderstorm is the spawning ground of tornadoes. There is little that can be done today to lessen their destructive force, but much is being done to predict and warn of their approach. In open countryside, the degree of danger from tornadoes is less. Homes are widely distributed. But as we become more and more an urbanized society, the odds are greater for tornadoes touching down in populated areas and inflicting heavy damage on people and property. At the same time, those of us who live in and around our towns and cities often do not have unobstructed views of the horizon. We are hemmed in. We are crowded together. We cannot see or hear a tornado coming. For that reason, we are more dependent on a warning system that alerts us when tornadoes approach, tells us how to minimize damage to our property and reduce the risk of injury or even death. Part of that system is the National Severe Storms Forecast Center in Kansas City, Missouri, the focal point for NOAA's nationwide severe storm warning network. In a given year, more than 600 tornadoes can be expected to touch down in the United States, any place, at any time, day or night. It's the job of the severe storm forecasters in Kansas City to keep on the lookout for that special combination of weather conditions known to cause severe thunderstorms and tornadoes. Around the clock, the watch is kept. Weather information is received from all parts of the country: temperature, pressure, humidity, wind. The data, fed into computers and digested, reappear printed on maps of the United States. Not just one map, but 5, representing 5 elevations up to 40,000 feet. Thus, the severe storms forecaster has a 3-dimensional view of the flow of forces that make up our weather. Each morning, the night shift forecaster briefs the dayman on the outlook for the next 24 hours. Late reports projected to this map show thunderstorm activity as expected on a line across the southern central United States, and there is a good chance some of the storms can be severe. A low-pressure system moving eastward is drawing in a tongue of warm, exceptionally moist surface air from the Gulf of Mexico, with low-level, very dry, hot air from the southwest and cold, dry surface air from the north, all on a collision course. When these out-of-balance air masses meet, the reaction will be violent. How violent, it is this forecaster's job to find out. As the morning progresses, he orders additional upper air temperature soundings. Sharp temperature drops above the warm, moist surface air can indicate the formation of a very severe storm. Later in the morning, the information arrives back at the forecast center. Above the huge air mass, the temperature drop is considerable. Local reports show a line of growing cumulus clouds. Radar scopes are beginning to pick them up. A severe storm is in the making. And now a new danger must be considered. 11:20, an urgent request is made for high-altitude jet aircraft in-flight reports of winds along the jet stream. Reports through the FAA Air Route Traffic Control System show 150-knot headwinds at 37,000 feet ahead of the storm's path. The stage is set. The hot, dry air mass meets the moist Gulf air. A squall line forms. Turbulence grows as the cold front moves in. As these storms move into the influence of the strong jet aloft, they can become more intense. These are the ingredients needed to trigger tornadoes. The forecaster estimates that in about 3 hours, a line of towering thunderstorms will converge on this area. Some will be of tornado intensity. A final check of his data, then he moves into action. A tornado watch is transmitted to alert all points in the threatened area. Many miles away in this unsuspecting community, there is no thought that trouble might be brewing beyond the horizon. The storm clouds are still far away, and life goes on as usual. Everything is normal, except at the local Weather Service office. There, the word has been received. There is a possibility of tornadoes in the area later in the day. 12:13. The meteorologist in charge sets into action a prearranged emergency watch. Public officials are contacted, law enforcement agencies, emergency and civil defense forces, newspapers, radio and television stations.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you a special tornado bulletin from the Weather Service. Severe thunderstorms and possibly tornadoes may be expected in the city and all of Carson County this afternoon between the hours of 2 and 6. A tornado watch is now in effect. We repeat, a tornado watch is now in effect.
A tornado watch is no cause for immediate alarm. Overhead, the sky may still be blue. The watch is issued to alert you to the possibility of tornadoes and let you begin taking precautions to protect yourself and your property if and when a tornado is actually spotted moving toward you. Only if a tornado is sighted will a tornado warning be sounded. This will be the signal to take cover. These familiar things can become deadly missiles in tornado winds. Small portable items should be moved indoors. Flying debris is a major cause of injuries and deaths in tornadoes. (1:27). In the surrounding countryside, volunteer observers are standing by. Filling station operators, farmers, policemen, people who normally work out of doors. Their job, scan the horizon, look for a funnel cloud, report it immediately to the Weather Service or police. At the Weather Service office, radar probes the distant skies, giving a picture of the approaching storm. 1:45 p.m. The tornado watch goes on. In the community, people are alert, but normal activity continues. Now the squall line is visible on the horizon. The volunteer observers watch it move in. They are the eyes for the whole community. 3:06. The storm is closing fast. Hailstones, an ominous sign of extreme cloud turbulence. Then the radar picks up a suspicious echo. It could mean tornado. The funnel cloud is spotted. Tornado confirmed. The Weather Service is notified. The warning goes out.
We interrupt this program to bring you an official Weather Service tornado warning issued for this area. Leave your radio or television turned on. We repeat, this is an official tornado warning. All persons are urged to take shelter immediately and observe safety precautions. Open windows or doors to equalize air pressure inside and outside the house, but take cover away from windows. In homes with basements, go below and stay below ground level. Stay away from windows.
In office buildings, apartments, and schools, go to the basement or low-level inside corridors. Keep out of auditoriums or gymnasiums with lightly supported roofs. In homes without basements, get under a piece of heavy furniture or take shelter in a closet near the center of the house.
People living in trailers should take cover in a nearby reinforced building or below ground level. A storm cellar, if available, is the best possible shelter. Anyone in an automobile in the path of the funnel should leave the car and get into a ditch or ravine. If you are caught in the open, lie flat and cover exposed portions of the head and body. Make as small a target as possible. We repeat, take shelter immediately. The funnel is now reported in Powder Mill.
Out the window, I had seen the funnel where
everything was just green, and it was just an awful rumble and rumble.
Everything just seemed to go. The whole house just collapsed down around us.
After that, I just dove under the desk up there, and it hit. Ceiling went off.
In a minute, 2 minutes later, everything was over. I ran out to the
And then when I got up, I was wringing wet, and my hair was so full, and my mouth was so full, and my eyes were so full of insulation. And I looked at my husband and I said, "We're alive."
The tornado has passed, capricious, swift, savage. For the indifferent or the skeptical, the penalties can well be tragic. Survival depends on heeding the warnings, knowing what to do, and having the time to do it. The Tornado Watch gives time to plan. The warning, time to act. And planned action can keep the toll in dead and injured to a minimum. At NOAA, the vigil goes on. Skilled men use every means at their command to give you the precious gift of time, searching for danger signs beyond the horizon in a constant effort to guard you against the gathering storm.